Welcome back. East Boston native Robert Lewis Jr. has spent his life serving others. Now as president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Boston, he shares how his upbringing and early experiences with adversity motivates him. News Center 5's Maria Stephanos with this inspirational story of a hometown hero.
Sometimes the best stories from the best people are right under your own roof. This is Rafael Figueiredo. He works here at Channel 5. He's covered multiple Olympics, World Series, Super Bowls, and says his path in life would not have happened without one man. Raf actually sent me an email saying, I have to interview Robert Lewis Jr.
He taught me how to be helpful to others, giving back. When you think he doesn't have more to give, he keeps on giving. I've just seen him do so much for so many people. It just makes me want to be better and makes me want to do more for the community as well. I looked at him from a standpoint, this is how you should give back to your community. This is how you should help out. And he just never stops helping out and doesn't really want the spotlight, honestly.
This is where you started, but look what you've built. We have a young man, he'd like that I said young man, who works at Channel 5. And he sent me this email begging me to do this interview with you. He was my coach, my mentor, and a major role model in my life. We refer to him as Junior Lewis.
Yes, yes, yes.
I can't even get through the email from Raf without Robert, or Junior, if you will, choking up. Rafa is not the only person to say this about you. Kid after kid after kid, and they've grown up and they're men, and you've changed their lives. You've changed their lives.
I'm that kid, Maria. I'm that kid. I'm the kid who grew up in the neighborhood. I'm the kid that went from East Boston to the South End. I'm that kid that had great coaches and played at East Boston High School. And it was
A life lived at the gym at the Boys and Girls Club in East Boston, raised by a single parent in public housing, and one moment in his history changed everything for Robert.
It was during the time of busing, and one of my dearest friends came to my house down the end of this street, way down the end of this street, and threw a Molotov cocktail bomb into my house and blew up my house. And, you know, and part of that was, I was struggling because, like, where was the outrage? Like, where was the outrage? Because there was a few other black families that ended up getting firebombed out. But instead of taking that as something that was going to hold me back, you know, I moved out, and I said at the age of 16, I wanted to be part of how do we bring people together for what was right and just.
At 16?
At 16. I didn't know a thing called nonprofit. I didn't know anything about leadership. All I knew is I wanted to do something.
Robert did not just do something, he did everything. His list of accomplishments is nearly as long as the list of Bostonians who say that he changed or even saved their lives with his life's work as a community leader and now the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Boston.
To me, it's all about humanity. It's about the love of people. It's about giving back. It's about making a difference in the same neighborhood who raised me. So that's all I've known, is that you're out there and you're loving and you're caring. And folks like Rafael were like young folks that unfortunately society is labeled as at risk, as underserved, as this or that. And we flipped it and we turned around and says, your power, your talent, you're an asset, you can. And if you believe you can, you can. I'm a proud Bostonian. I'm an Eastie guy. I bleed blue and gold. I bleed blue and gold, right? You know, honestly, and it means a lot. Yeah, the busing and the firebombing happened, but I think in the craziest way, as much as that wasn't good, but it made me stronger. It made me more resilient as an individual.
And just look at Robert at the Boys and Girls Club in Boston and look at the kids.
They say our kids are at risk. They say they're underserved. They say all of those things. But no one talks about our kids are talent. They're gritty. They're resilient. They persevere. And it's despite their zip code, despite their social status, despite where they went to school, despite all the things that we say that holds our kids down, they're incredible. And no, I know that. I'm that kid. I'm that kid who happens to be that kid from the housing development and was a kid from a club.
And I'm not laughing. I'm enjoying your passion, and I'm enjoying how you paid it forward.
Yes, yes. So a big part of this is from our academic community, from our business community and all. We're all in this together. So what was all that supposed to mean? Like, I was supposed to not be.
What a great story by Maria Stephanos. Beautiful piece there, and it's just great to see. What amazing work he's doing.